Hello, hello. Welcome back to the another session of microwave oscillator, which is nothing but a magnetron oscillator. Okay. So in the previous class, we were discussing regarding the reflex klystron oscillator, which is otherwise called as low power microwave oscillator. Here, we will discuss the magnetron oscillator, which is classified under M type tubes. Already I have discussed that one, different type of category, which is also called as high power microwave oscillator. So magnetron oscillator is nothing but a high power microwave oscillator. This was being invented by Hull. Invented by Hull. Very important. In 1921, nearly in 1921. Okay, but it was only a laboratory device. From 1921, it was mainly utilized for laboratory application. Okay, laboratory device until about 1990. I can call this as about 1940. Okay, so during the World War II, there was a urgent need for high power microwave generators for radar transmitters, which lead to the what you call as the rapid development of the magnetron. Rapid development of the magnetron. Okay, so in order to receive some of the signals during the World War II, that is the radar receiver, mainly utilized in the radar receiver, this high power microwave oscillator, there was a very urgent need for the high power microwave oscillator. So they utilized this what you called as your magnetron oscillator as a modified the magnetron oscillator as a high power microwave oscillator during the World War II. So until that, it was being utilized for the laboratory application and was being invented by the Hull. So I can call this as a high power microwave oscillator. Okay, this magnetron is called as a high power microwave oscillator. Okay, 1 minute. High power microwave oscillator. Okay. What else we will discuss here? So I will explain the construction. I will show you how the magnetron, what are the different cavities of the magnetrons, how many cavity we can introduce inside a magnetron, how it works. Some of the again similar manner, the calculation of output power, efficiency, and all those things we have to come across in magnetron oscillator also. Okay, so this magnetron mainly consists of some form of anode and a cathode. Okay, that is operated in a DC magnetic field. This anode and cathode is being operated in a DC magnetic field that is normal to a DC electric field between the cathode and anode. Okay, so I'll write that one. It consists of a magnetron, and all magnetron, even if you are taking, there is no special construction like that. All magnetron, I can write that all magnetrons that consists of some form of anode, and cathode, some form of anode and cathode, operated in a DC magnetic field, normal to a DC electric field, normal to a DC electric field between the cathode and anode, between the cathode and anode. Okay, this is the first point. Second point what I had to discuss is high power microwave oscillator. It mainly consists of some form of, or magnetron mainly consists of some form of anode and cathode that is operate in DC magnetic field, normal to DC electric field between cathode and anode. Okay, so because of this cross field, there is a cross field between the cathode and anode, the electron that is being emitted from the cathode that are being influenced by the cross field to move in the curved path. So the electron will be moving in a curved path because of the influence of cross field between the cathode and anode. That's the next point I had to discuss here. That is because of the cross field. I am connecting this first previous sentence with this one. Because of the cross field between cathode and anode, between the cathode and anode between the cathode and anode, the electron moves, or electron emitted from the cathode are influenced by the cross field, to move in curved path, Okay, this is the next point I have to discuss here. Next point is, so the electron emitted from the cathode that is being influenced by the cross field to move in a curved path, that will be happen in the magnetron oscillator. So if the DC magnetic field is strong enough, is very strong, then the electron will not arrive in the cathode, in the anode, but return instead to the cathode. Okay, that is, if the DC magnetic field is strong enough, the electron will not arrive in the anode, but return instead to the cathode, instead to the cathode. So what happens? Consequently, the anode current is cut off. The anode current is cut off. Okay. So this is the basic principle that is being happening inside the what you call as a magnetron oscillator. It is high power microwave oscillator, consists of some form of anode and cathode, operate in DC magnetic field normal to the DC electric field between the cathode and anode. That's the case of all the magnetrons. So, because of the cross field between the cathode and anode, the electrons that will be emitted from the cathode are influenced by the cross field to move in curved path. If the DC magnetic field is strong enough, then the electron will not arrive in the anode but return instead to the cathode. Consequently, the anode current is cut off in case of magnetron oscillator. So, magnetron can be classified into three types. That is split anode magnetron. Second one is cyclotron magnetron, frequency magnetron, cyclotron frequency magnetron, and third one is called as traveling wave magnetron. Okay. Three category magnetrons. Can be classified into three category or three type. Okay, I can write it as three type. So you have to keep in mind this also, that is, it is an M-type tube also. Okay, it is an M-type tube. Both DC magnetic field and DC electric field both are perpendicular to each other. Okay, DC electric field and DC magnetic field are perpendicular to each other in case of a magnetron oscillator. Okay. That also I will write here, that is M-type tube, it is an M-type tube, and DC magnetic field is perpendicular to DC electric field. Okay, DC magnetic field is perpendicular to DC. Sorry, it is not like that. So both DC magnetic field and DC electric field are perpendicular to each other. Same thing, DC magnetic field and DC electric field, I'll write that, are perpendicular to each other. Keep in mind. So magnetron can be classified into three types. The first one is called as split anode magnetron. Split anode magnetron. So this type of magnetron will uses a static negative resistance between the anode segment. Okay. This type of magnetron, this types of magnetron uses a static negative resistance between two anode segment, segments. That's the first category. Second one is called as second one is called as cyclotron frequency magnetron. So this type operate under the influence of synchronism between an alternating component of electric field and a periodic oscillation of electron in a direction parallel to the field. Okay. So, we can explain this one. This type operates under the influence of synchronism between a alternating component, between an alternating component of electric field and a periodic oscillations of electrons, periodic oscillation of electrons in a direction parallel to the field, in a direction parallel to the field. 1 minute. This is the structure of the what you called as magnetron oscillator. I will explain this one. Just I had taken the figure for to show you. I will move this one down. Okay, because we have to write somewhere. Third categories, I will show you that one. That figure I will show you afterwards. Third category is traveling wave magnetron. Traveling wave magnetron. Okay. So, this type will depends on the interaction of electron with a traveling electromagnetic field of linear velocity. So, they are simply referred to as magnetron only. So, magnetron in the sense means normally we call that as a traveling wave magnetron. If a people is explaining something regarding the magnetron, then no need for to specifically give traveling magnetron. It is assumed as he is explaining something regarding with the traveling wave magnetron. Okay. So, otherwise they will explain with it is nothing but split anode magnetron, cyclotron, frequency magnetron, like that. So, once if anyone is explaining with the magnetron, by default it is taken as traveling wave magnetron. So, this type, these types depends on the interaction of electron interaction of electrons with a traveling electromagnetic field of linear velocity Okay, they are, I can call it, they are referred to as, or in general they are referred to simply as magnetron. Okay, simply as magnetron. So, these are some of the different category of what you call as magnetron oscillator. Okay. So, one is the split anode magnetron, cyclotron frequency magnetron as well as traveling wave magnetron. Okay, so there is a negative resistor magnetron that will operate at a frequency below the microwave region. Keep in mind, negative resistance cyclotron will be operating at a frequency below the microwave region, but a cyclotron frequency magnetron operate at a frequency in what you called as, that is split anode magnetron, which is either called as negative resistance magnetron, will be operate below the microwave region, whereas cyclotron frequency magnetron will operate in the microwave range, and the power output is nearly is small in case of cyclotron magnetron. It is nearly 1 watt at 3 gigahertz. Okay, and the efficiency is also very low. It's about 10% as we compare with that of split anode, and 1% in the what you call as 1% of the split anode magnetron. Okay, so this because of that, the first two type of magnetrons are not considered in normal what you call in your syllabus. So we will be concentrating more only in the traveling wave magnetron, which is, we can take an example of traveling wave magnetron, that is nothing but a cylindrical magnetron. It is a linear or planar magnetron. Okay, this traveling wave magnetron can be classified as, it can be classified as cylindrical magnetron, linear or planar magnetron, coaxial magnetron, voltage tunable magnetron, inverted coaxial magnetron, and the frequency agile magnetron are the classification of the traveling wave magnetron. And in your syllabus, we have specifically discussed about the traveling wave magnetron, the categories of the traveling wave magnetron. So we are not going to discuss anything particularly regarding the split anode magnetron or the cyclotron frequency magnetron. We will be concentrating only the traveling wave magnetron. Okay, so I write that points also here. The point is, negative resistance magnetron, that is called as split, what you called as split anode magnetron. Split anode magnetron that operates at frequency below the microwave region, below the microwave region. The second point what I will discuss is the cyclotron frequency magnetron. Cyclotron frequency magnetron that is operate at frequency in microwave region, frequency in microwave range, and the power output is very small. Power output is very small, that is about 1 watt at 3 gigahertz, and efficiency is very low. Efficiency is also very low, that is about 10% of split anode type, of split anode type. Okay. So because of that, the first two magnetrons are not considered. I will not, no need to write that one. Okay, the first two magnetrons are not considered. Okay, so we will discuss only regarding the traveling wave magnetron, and the categories of traveling wave magnetrons, or I will write 1 minute. I will bring this also in the law. One minute. These are some of the figures, but I will explain that one. Let me bring this in the law case. Okay, sure. So what I told you, the traveling wave magnetron, classification of traveling wave. Classification of traveling wave magnetron. Classification of traveling wave magnetron. These are, the first one is cylindrical magnetron. The second one is, you called it as linear or planar magnetron. Next one is coaxial magnetron. Coaxial magnetron. The next category is voltage tunable magnetron. Next one is inverted coaxial magnetron. Inverted coaxial magnetron. And the last category is frequency AGILE, AGILE, frequency AGILE. Anyway, you can pronounce it in any manner. Frequency AGILE magnetron. Okay. So these are some of the classification of traveling wave magnetron. Normally, the frequency range. Normally, the frequency range is from, in case of a traveling wave magnetron, is nearly from, I will write that one. Before that, I will write that one. That is frequency range of magnetron is from 0.6 gigahertz to 30 gigahertz. Okay. So it works with, but works with fixed frequency constructively. Okay. Constructivity. So if we are constructing a magnetron, that will be working with a fixed frequency. That is, frequency cannot change. So if you are designing a magnetron, that magnetron will be working with a fixed frequency. That frequency cannot be changed. That is, frequency cannot change. Next point I had to discuss is, this can be available with 8 to 20 cavity. Okay, it can be available with 8 to 20 cavity. Okay, so as I told you, it is a high power vacuum tube. That also I will write. Already I have written high power vacuum tube. Works as self-excited microwave oscillator. So one more point, it works as a multi-cavity device for radar transmitter or for CWR pulse radar pulsed radar. Okay, so these are the some of the points I had to discuss at the introductory part of the what you call as magnetron oscillator. Normally we have been going for the traveling wave tube. 1 minute, I will just verify the syllabus for you. The syllabus, I think they have indicated only your what type of category I have to see it. It is cylindrical as well as cyclotron, cylindrical magnetron. They have explained with the cylindrical magnetron, classification of magnetron only, that is comes under the category of traveling wave tube. And cyclotron magnetron angle of frequency they have given, the power output as well as the efficiency. Okay, so these are the some of the things they have given for this one, for the magnetron oscillator, and they have indicated only for the 3 hours. I don't know why, how they have given for the magnetron only for the 3 hours. It is not possible. Okay, anyway, we can able to complete within that limit. Okay, if possible. Next, one more, after that one more tube is there, that is traveling wave tube. Then microwave measurements, some hybrid circuits and directional couple and all. So we can see that one in the coming sessions. Okay, so I will stop here. I will explain the construction, the structure, the working of a magnetron in the next video lecture, and we can see the what you called as the derivations related to the output power and efficiency, and some of the problems related to the magnetron oscillator. Okay, thank you for watching this video lecture.